Hey there everybody, Mark Bates here, and I want to talk to you very quickly about a new feature that has landed recently in Buffalo 081, internationalization. Very excited about this one. This has been a long requested feature by a lot of people. So when we generate a new Buffalo application, it gets generated with a whole bunch of new code now in your app.go file, particularly to set up internationalization here. So it looks for a locales folder. We set a default language, in this case EN/US, but obviously you can change that to what you want. And we're going to set a little piece of middleware as well. And what the middleware is going to do is it's going to make sure that our translation files are loaded. In dev mode, it'll actually reload them every request. In production mode, it reloads them once and caches them, and then doesn't do anything with them again, obviously, because we don't want to keep paying that price in production. And also bind all those YAML files and translation files into our binary, so we never have to worry about them not being there. They'll always be there for us, just like all of our other templates and assets in Buffalo binaries. So that's very excited. When we generate a new application, we have this locales folder, and inside of it is this very, very simple YAML file. We're using the i18n package by Nick Schneider. So if you're looking for more information about that package, how to use it more concretely, and for questions about how to format your YAML files, go and look at that package. But you see here we have a very simple, we just have one kind of entry, which is the welcome greeting and its translation. And if we look at the index file, here we can see we have our welcome greeting in this h1 tag, and we're using this T function that has been put into our templates by that translator that we set up, and particularly the middleware has set up that function for us. And we can change that later if we want to, or you can leave it at T. It's entirely up to you. But you can see we're giving it the key, which is welcome greeting. And if we go to our application, you can see welcome to Buffalo EN. But let's change that. Let's make that a little bit more specific. So instead of EN, we'll say EN/US, because that's actually what it is. There we go, Buffalo EN/US. So what if we want to now internationalize this? How do we go about this? Well, by default, it will Buffalo will look up the language setting in one of three places. It'll look for it, or rather two places. A cookie called lang, the accept language header, and finally the default language. Now, you can change the name of the cookie if you want to, or you can even go so far as to change the entire way that these things are found, the way languages are found. So let's do that. We can set a language finder function, which takes a i18n translator and a Buffalo context. Here we go, and it's going to give back an array, a slice of strings that represent the languages that are acceptable for this request that'll be set up in our middleware. So perhaps you want to look things up in a database, or in a session, or through a query parameter, which is what we're going to do here. So let's return a new slice of strings here, and we will do C param, and we'll look for the query string T. And if we can't find that, then we'll use the default EN/US. So let's set up a second locale here. So I'm going to copy this to EN/UK. So instead of welcome to Buffalo, we'll say greetings, mate. Welcome to Buffalo. And then we'll change that, oops, not to UU, but UK. So we go back to our page here. We get the greeting as we expected, because that is our default. But now if we add the T here and we say EN/UK, well, look at that. Now we're getting our UK greeting. So you can see this is very powerful. The i18n package also lets you use Go templates inside your strings, and we're going to pass the entire context value to it. So you have access to all of that information as well. So it's very exciting. Lots of cool stuff there. It's easy to retrofit into an existing Buffalo application. Just a few lines of code and you have locales. So that's it. Like I said, I wanted to make this a very quick little overview of this new internationalization feature in Buffalo. Again, very exciting. So that's it, and enjoy. This video was brought to you by Gopher Guides. If you're an organization, conference, or user group that is looking for Go training, please visit gopherguides.com. All training is custom designed to match your educational needs.